This is my retirement year. No more after 2025, which would be a shame. She's been a brilliant athlete her whole career and would be, or is enjoying being part of Grand Slam. Sian Salmon, decent draw for her in 7 years. She was 6th in the hurdle event. Just need to judge this right, the athletes. I think Sydney will certainly be able to do that. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, done this so many times. Such a great exponent over all the sprints, never mind with there's hurdles in the way. Rochelle Clayton, 32-year-old Jamaican, has run a flat 400 already this year, in a fairly swift 52.3 thereabouts. Not too far off that personal best, you can see in the caption. Adrianette Knight, her teammate, similarly indoors for her though, 52.8. Normally you run quicker outdoors than indoors. So this is Peters of the Netherlands, a big part of the Dutch very successful 4x4 and mixed 4x4 squad that does so well at Olympics and Worlds. And then Cassandra Tate of the USA on the inside. Just might find the others moving away from her here, particularly I think with Peters in the lane 3. Just got held a little bit longer by the starter there, but they're away and gone. McLaughlin-Levrone already making ground, and we've just had a pull-up from Rochelle Clayton, who's pulled up in the first 100 meters, maybe trying to hang on to the American, who knows. Going very quickly, Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has started exceptionally quickly through the first 200 meters, but it's McLaughlin-Levrone out in lane 6, smoothly making her way around the top bend. Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has run an excellent first 300, but is she going to pay for that as they come into the wind in the home straight? Sydney out on her own as we expected it to be, then it's going to be a real scrap for the minor places behind her. Tate is just starting to tread water in the home straight there, but it's Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone who's going to come through to make it 2 wins in the women's long hurdles. It's 50.32. Knight just took 2nd place. It was tough out there. The wind was never going to make that easy, but the victory was never really in doubt. It was just a case of how quick and by how far. Well, the answer was almost 2 seconds, which in the 400 meters is a long, long way. It has to be said, though, that Knight has run her season's best, and Dalilah Muhammad in the 52-second mark. So there's our winner. There's our slam winner, our final slam winner of the first Grand Slam track. As we said, if you're going to run that quick for 400 hurdles, of course you can run quick on the flat.
Yeah, being able to run 48 seconds in the flat 4 as a 4 hurdler is unheard of. She ran 22 seconds into a headwind in the 200 last season. So speed-wise, she's not even comparable to some of these women out here. So I think she may even surprise us later on in the year and say, look, I'm going to go to the World Championships to run the 4.
Or maybe the 800.
I don't know about that.
I would love to see her run an 800 or 2, but I don't know if she wants to.
But I mean, really, just going through the motions here and just securing the money, you know, it's an easy 400,000 for her if she goes through all 4 and dominates the way she's doing. But if she wants to really test herself and test some of the other competitors and show what she can do in other events, she's gonna jump in that long sprints and go against some of those other women in that 4 and that deuce.
Well, MJ enjoyed it. You may hear the party's already started here in the stadium. There was a big win that Cassandra Tate went through the first 300 meters. She must have only been about 4 or 5 meters behind her, but look where she finished in the end.
On April 6, 2025, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone once again etched her name into the annals of track history with a dazzling victory in the flat 400 meters at the Grand Slam track meet held in Kingston, Jamaica. Best known for her world dominance in the 400-meter hurdles, McLaughlin-Levrone stunned the crowd with a swift 50.32-second finish under windy and testing conditions, claiming her 2nd consecutive win in the series and inching closer to the coveted Grand Slam crown. The race wasn't short of star power. Among the competitors was Dalilah Muhammad, Olympic champion and world titleholder, who had recently announced her retirement plans post-2025. Despite finishing runner-up in her earlier heat, Muhammad's presence elevated the event's stature, creating an electrifying atmosphere. Yet, McLaughlin-Levrone left no question about who ruled the day. Cassandra Tate made an early bid for glory, rocketing out of the inside lane and setting a fiery tempo over the first 300 meters. Her blistering start briefly shook the field, but as the runners emerged onto the home stretch, the forceful headwind revealed cracks in her pacing strategy. Calm and composed, McLaughlin-Levrone surged ahead with elegant control, accelerating effortlessly through the final stretch as others struggled to keep pace. Trailing her were Anna Cockrells, also representing the US, and Lieke Klaver, the Netherlands' standout relay runner. Meanwhile, Jamaican hopeful Rhonda White faltered and withdrew early, unable to sustain the initial tempo. Adele Tracy and Andronette Knight also contested the race, but neither could keep up with the frontrunner. Knight did manage to edge out the rest to finish second, while Tate's early gamble cost her dearly, relegating her to sixth. What truly set this race apart wasn't merely McLaughlin-Levrone's control and speed, but the bigger questions it raised. Observers and fans began speculating whether she might broaden her repertoire beyond the hurdles. Her 50.32-second flat 400m came on the heels of a 52.76 performance in the 400-meter hurdles just days earlier, proof that her training and conditioning are peaking at the right time. After last season's wind-hampered 22-second effort in the 200 meters, some even dare to wonder, could she extend her range to the 800m, or take on the flat 400m at the global level? Analysts highlighted how uncommon it is for an elite hurdler to post such elite flat sprint times. If she can dip into the 48-second range in the 400m, she would join the most elite echelon of sprinters in track history, breaking the mold of event specialization. Beyond individual brilliance, the event held broader meaning. The Grand Slam Track Series, comprising premier meets in cities like Miami and Kingston, is a newly minted initiative designed to boost visibility and commercial value in track and field. With a grand prize of $400,000 on the line, the format offers elite athletes not only the chance to compete at the highest level but also to earn significant financial rewards. Commentary throughout the broadcast emphasized how most athletes struggle with the basics: gear, coaching, medical support, unless backed by major brands. Events like this could shift the paradigm entirely. McLaughlin-Levrone's performance wasn't just a victory on the track, it served as a cornerstone moment for the Grand Slam series. Her presence brought prestige and global attention to the meet, helping to legitimize the project and spark widespread fan engagement. As the crowd in the Jamaican capital erupted into celebration, Sydney stood center stage as a new generation figurehead for the sport. Composed, charismatic, and commercially viable. Her post-race message captured her mindset: anything is possible. Just focus, trust your process, and show up ready to execute. Though it may have seemed like just another meet, this was a pivotal moment. It sent a clear signal that McLaughlin-Levrone's journey is far from complete. With 2 races down and 2 to go in the series, she is now halfway toward achieving the Grand Slam and securing the enormous prize purse that awaits. To athletes and fans worldwide, one thing is now certain: Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is not just redefining the hurdles, she's reshaping what's possible in the 400 meters, and possibly beyond.